On the evening of July 20th, 2025, a sense of normalcy filled Fort Washington Park in Manhattan. Families strolled along the paths, joggers passed under the city lights, and the park seemed like a peaceful haven in the heart of New York City. But that calm was shattered in an instant when an off-duty U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer, simply enjoying his evening, was suddenly ambushed. In a shocking act of violence, he was shot in the face and arm during a brazen robbery attempt that left the community reeling. This was no random crime. According to investigators, it was a calculated attack, allegedly carried out by individuals who, authorities say, should not have been in the country in the first place. The suspects targeted the officer, knowing he was law enforcement, raising serious questions about the safety of those sworn to protect us. Despite suffering life-threatening injuries, the officer's training and courage took over. He managed to return fire, defending himself and likely preventing further tragedy. His quick actions may have saved the lives of others in the park that night, turning a potential massacre into a narrowly averted disaster. This harrowing incident is more than just a headline. It's a stark reminder of a growing crisis in our city. When even trained law enforcement officers are not safe in public spaces, it begs the question, what hope is there for ordinary citizens simply trying to go about their lives? The attack in Fort Washington Park is a wake-up call for all of us. Our communities and the brave men and women who protect them are facing unprecedented risks. It's clear that urgent action is needed to restore safety and trust in our public spaces before more lives are put in jeopardy. The suspects, Miguel Francisco Mora Núñez and Christian Eibar Baroa, are illegal immigrants from the Dominican Republic with removal orders already issued against them. Yet, they remained free in New York, allegedly escalating to violent crime. Sanctuary city policies and ignored ICE detainers allowed them to slip through the cracks, putting everyone at risk. Their story is a stark example of how failed enforcement and political decisions can have deadly consequences. This isn't just about one crime, it's about a system that's lost sight of its duty to protect. In the heart of New York City, a routine patrol turned into a harrowing ordeal when Mora Núñez allegedly shot a police officer during a late-night confrontation. The sudden eruption of violence sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, as sirens blared and officers rushed to secure the scene. As chaos unfolded, Eibar Baroa, acting as the getaway driver, sped away on a scooter, weaving through city streets in a desperate attempt to evade capture. In the aftermath, Baroa reportedly tried to destroy crucial evidence, hoping to cover their tracks and avoid prosecution. Both suspects were soon apprehended and now face a slew of serious federal charges. Among them are possession of ammunition by an illegal alien, a grave offense that carries significant penalties under federal law. They are also charged with being accessories after the fact, accused of working together to obstruct justice and hinder the investigation. Thanks to the officer's quick thinking and bravery, not only was his own life saved, but the suspects were swiftly identified and taken into custody. The rapid response of emergency services and law enforcement played a crucial role in ensuring public safety that night. Now the case is being prosecuted as an attack on a federal officer, highlighting the seriousness of the crime and the potential for severe consequences. Federal authorities are treating this as a direct assault on law enforcement itself. Investigators have gathered compelling evidence, including security footage and witness statements, which point to a coordinated, premeditated act of violence rather than a random mugging. The suspect's actions appear calculated and deliberate. As the case moves through the justice system, prosecutors are determined to send a strong message. Lawlessness and attacks on those who protect the community will not be tolerated. The outcome of this trial could set a powerful precedent for future cases. Eibar Baroa's criminal record is extensive. Multiple arrests for reckless endangerment, grand larceny, and robbery, all while under a removal order. Despite an ICE detainer, New York authorities released him, thanks to sanctuary policies. In June 2025, after 8 arrests in 2 months, he received only a conditional discharge for petite larceny. No jail time, no real consequences, just a revolving door. This pattern of catch and release directly enabled the attack on the federal officer. It's a glaring example of policy failures putting the public in danger. Law enforcement officials are expressing deep outrage and frustration in the wake of this shocking incident. At press conferences and in statements to the media, police leaders have not held back their anger, describing the attack as both tragic and infuriating. They say it's a direct consequence of policies that, in their view, allow dangerous individuals to remain in communities despite repeated warnings. Many officials are calling this attack the predictable result of letting known criminals remain in the country, despite clear evidence of their involvement in prior offenses. Protesters and community members have also gathered, demanding accountability and a reassessment of current immigration and law enforcement policies. The suspects now in custody are reportedly linked to a string of other violent crimes that stretch across state lines, highlighting a disturbing pattern of criminal activity that transcends local jurisdictions. This case has exposed the far-reaching influence of organized criminal networks, which are able to operate across city and state borders, often evading capture due to gaps in coordination between agencies. Officials argue that the failure is systemic, spanning from the nation's borders where enforcement is stretched thin, to sanctuary cities that limit cooperation with federal authorities, and a justice system that some say is too lenient on repeat offenders. Each level of government, from federal agencies to local city councils, had opportunities to intervene and prevent this tragedy, but those opportunities were missed. Critics say this reflects a breakdown in communication and a lack of political will to address the root causes. The aftermath has left neighborhoods shaken and residents fearful, serving as a stark warning that without meaningful reform and decisive action, public safety will continue to erode and more lives may be put at risk. Now there is a renewed call for leaders at every level to take responsibility by securing the border, ending sanctuary policies that shield offenders, and ensuring that existing laws are enforced consistently and fairly. Anything less, officials warn, would be a profound betrayal of public trust and a failure to protect the very communities they are sworn to serve.